I, for one, salute our new corporate overlords. Now, family, put on the mouse ears.
Number 10. The 20th Century Fox acquisition.
Don't blame us, Dad. The celebrities are the ones who canned you.
The title of this season 10 episode, When You Dish Upon a Star, is an obvious take on the Disney anthem When You Wish Upon a Star. While the episode has nothing to do with Pinocchio, it did predict that the stars would one day align for Disney to purchase the show's parent company, Fox.
Attention, star-struck fools!
Through a visual gag, it's noted that 20th Century Fox is a division of Walt Disney Company. At the time, this was presumably poking fun at Disney's recent acquisitions of the ABC and ESPN networks. The joke wound up being even more relevant nearly 20 years later, however, when Disney entered negotiations to purchase Fox. The deal officially went through in March 2019, making The Simpsons part of the Disney family.
Sold! Howard, you've done it again.
Number 9. Copyright expired. It's no secret that Disney is very protective of its property. If your product invites too much comparison to the Disney brand, a lawsuit is likely on the horizon. So when Principal Skinner uses the slogan, "The happiest place on earth" for the school carnival, Disneyland threatens to sue Springfield Elementary.
The happiest place on earth is a registered Disneyland copyright.
Well, gentlemen, it's just a small school carnival.
And it's heading for a great big lawsuit.
What Disney's lawyers don't realize is that Skinner was a Green Beret in the United States Army. Before a legal battle can ensue, Skinner commences a literal battle that leaves the lawyer and one of his bodyguards whimpering on the ground. Another Disney minion attempts to get away, but Skinner sends him packing with a mouse-eared briefcase.
Copyright expired.
Of course, now that Disney owns The Simpsons, we shouldn't expect any more copyright wars. Number 8. Sherry Bobbins. This practically perfect episode parodies Disney's Mary Poppins, although Sherry Bobbins claims upfront that she is an original creation. Julie Andrews herself was actually set to voice this send-up of her iconic character, but the producers ultimately gave the role to Maggie Roswell, the voice of Maude Flanders.
If you cut every corner, it is really not so bad. Everybody does it, even Mom and Dad.
The episode puts several satirical spins on classic Sherman Brothers songs, including The Perfect Nanny, A Spoonful of Sugar, and Feed the Birds. We also get groundskeeper Willie channeling Bert and Mr. Burns flying a kite.
I feel practically super-duper fragically What's this strange sensation in my chest?
I think your heart's beating again.
Ooh, that takes me back.
Unlike the Banks family, though, The Simpsons remain completely dysfunctional, prompting Sherry to fly away with her umbrella.
Do you think we'll ever see her again?
I'm sure we will, honey. I'm sure we will.
Given the character's hilariously dark exit, probably shouldn't plan on seeing Sherry Bobbins' returns anytime soon. Number 7. See My Vest. In addition to referencing the famous spaghetti scene from Lady and the Tramp, this episode largely satirizes 101 Dalmatians.
I'm sure he's plotting some brilliant scheme to get those puppies.
There you go. There you go. You too.
When the Simpsons find themselves looking after 25 Greyhound puppies, Mr. Burns kidnaps the dogs in order to make them into a tuxedo. Instead of Cruella de Vil's song, however, Burns borrows a few notes from the BR guest number in Beauty and the Beast.
See my vest, made from real gorilla chest. Feel this sweater, there's no better than authentic Irish setter.
Sadly, the puppies won't be the first animals to have died in the name of fashion, as Mr. Burns shows off his wardrobe of turtles' necks, grizzly bear underwear, and a vest made from gorilla chest. Burns sings the tune with the same upbeat charisma as Lumiere, which is hysterically at odds with its grim, even graphic subject matter.
Na 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 na. Bart! Sorry.
Number 6. Disneyland. A not-so-subtle imitation of various Disney parks, Disneyland is briefly seen in Season 2. The amusement park resurfaces in Season 26, and this time the writers come off as much more cynical, describing it as the happiest hell on Earth. A lengthy car trip is followed by an even more tedious journey simply to enter the park.
I see land!
Once inside, the Simpsons end up bleeding their wallets dry and sitting through repetitive rides.
I just want to sit down, but the line for the bench is too long.
The episode also draws attention to Disney's acquisition of Star Wars and the overhaul to make Pirates of the Caribbean more politically correct.
They revamped this ride because of massive complaints from 2 people.
No means no. We know now.
A Springfield-themed area is currently located at Universal Studios, but it'll be beyond ironic if Simpsons attractions start popping up in Disneyland later down the line. Number 5. Mixar. At any Oscar or Golden Globe ceremony, Pixar is almost always a safe bet for Best Animated Feature.
The creative team from Mixar. Pardon me. I have seen all of your movies except Cars.
When Bart's short film garners award buzz, he faces fierce competition in an animation powerhouse called Mixar. One of the key Mixar personnel is the spitting image of John Lasseter, from the glasses to the Hawaiian shirt. The Mixar staff is not quick to make friends with the competition, enlisting Randy Newman to sing a song entitled You've Got an Enemy.
You better have 9 lives because we have 8 knives. Yes, you've got an enemy.
They also have a giant Luxo lamp, Mr. Carrot Head, and a Wall-E-like robot in their corner. The Mixar short in contention is Condiments, a CGI Western that spoofs Pixar's tendency to give inanimate objects life and create worlds within worlds.
Timmy's coming! Assume your positions!
And yes, this episode predated Sausage Party. Number 4. Epcot Center. Let's be honest, if you're gonna visit a Florida theme park, Epcot probably isn't top of the list. The Simpsons' Epcot Center does little to distinguish itself from Epcot, with its signature structure being a large geodesic sphere. Homer is bored from the second they fly over the park, which is advertised as the place you go when everything else is booked. The park's vision of the future apparently hasn't been updated since the late 60s, and it really shows.
The world of tomorrow. Don't walk, fly in your personal Eastern Airlines air buggy.
Eventually, Homer decides to make a break for Disney World, although he is horrified to learn that the churros are $14. As many jabs as the episode takes at Epcot, the writers have to admit that Disney parks do have some incredible restaurants. Number 3. Itchy the Lucky Mouse. We all know who Walt Disney is, but fewer people are familiar with Mickey's co-creator, Ub Iwerks.
That's the first Itchy cartoon ever made, and it was made by me, Chester J. Lampwood.
In this episode, it's revealed that Roger Myers stole the character Itchy from another animator in 1928, the same year Mickey made his debut. This doesn't exactly parallel Disney and Iwerks' partnership, as both played a hand in creating Mickey, but that being said, there's no denying that the public associates Mickey more with Disney than Iwerks.
Okay, maybe my dad did steal Itchy, but so what? Animation is built on plagiarism.
Roger Myers is clearly meant to be a Walt Disney parody, right down to a line about him being cryogenically frozen.
I lost everything. I can't even keep my dad's head in the freaking cryogenic center anymore.
Of course, this episode could also be seen as a shot at Charles Mintz, a distributor who took control of Oswald the Lucky Rabbit away from his creators, Disney and Iwerks. Number 2. The Roger Myers Story.
We're now approaching our final destination, Itchy and Scratchy Land, the amusement park of the future where nothing can possibly go wrong.
A vacation to Itchy and Scratchy Land invites numerous possibilities for parodies, including a documentary about fictional founder Roger Myers Sr. The documentary depicts Myers as a seemingly wholesome figure who actually had a few skeletons in his closet. Just as Walt Disney has been accused by some of being anti-Semitic, Myers landed in hot water for his controversial cartoon, Nazi Supermen Are Our Superiors. Myers' filmography also includes an ultra-violent version of The Sorcerer's Apprentice entitled Scratchtasia.
Now you be a good Pinocchio and don't you lie.
His follow-up feature is a Pinocchio parody called Pinocchio, which is perhaps even more shocking than the original novel by Carlo Collodi. A manic, scratchy robot destroys the screen before the documentary's conclusion, but we can't help but wonder if Itchy and Scratchy ever got the Bambi treatment. I mean, some of these are more loving tributes than straight making fun of Disney, no? And it's not nearly as bad as when they go after Fox News. But I must admit, number 1 on this list is pretty savage. So let's check out some honorable mentions, and then we'll see what it is.
You're listening to Radio Disney. The songs you love, rewritten for babies.
Who left the milk out?
Yuck, 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 yuck. Dad left the milk out. Yuck, 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 yuck. That's good satire.
Hi ho hi, it's off to work, go I.
This song's not like any song you know. Ho hi, ho hi, ho hi, ho hi.
What are you doing up there? Looking through people's luggage. I'm the mascot of an evil corporation.
Here's their first cartoon together. Steamboat Itchy.
No fear for me, no fear for you.
Number 1. Simba. When the late Bleeding Gums Murphy appears to Lisa in the sky, it's hard not to think about Mufasa's heavenly message to Simba.
That was for you, Bleeding Gums.
You've made an old jazz man happy, Lisa.
You must avenge my death, Kimba. I mean, Simba.
Actually, Mufasa appears alongside Bleeding Gums with Darth Vader and James Earl Jones. While the Lion King lampoon is evident, there's another joke that might have flown over your head. Mufasa accidentally says Kimba instead of Simba. Animation fans will know that this is a reference to Kimba the White Lion, an anime series from the 60s that shares an astonishing amount in common with the Disney film.
Kimba, 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 Kimba.
Lion King directors Roger Allers and Rob Minkoff claimed they had no knowledge of the anime while making their film, but this moment seems to be suggesting that somebody at Disney was familiar with it.
Be a boy and you can call it Kimba. Kimba, son of Caesar.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.